Hello everybody, I'm Marina Mchedlidze and I host a webinar How to Build a Powerful Personal Brand Through LinkedIn. Today my guest is Virginia Bautista from Philippines. She is LinkedIn and personal branding strategist and she will share her experience. Thank you everybody for your interest in my webinars. Let's get started. So hello everybody again. I'm really very glad to see you here. And today we have very special guest, Virginia Bautista. She is a very experienced LinkedIn expert and one of the most influential experts on LinkedIn. She is not just a personal branding strategist, but she has built community in Philippines. And today, Virginia will share her experience. Hi, Virginia. Please join us.
Hi, Marina. Good evening and good evening to everyone who is here. It's really a pleasure to be here and seeing all of you interested in LinkedIn for personal branding.
Thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate your time because I know that you are very, very busy businesswoman and you have so many accomplishments. I really look up to you, really. And I'm very glad that you join us today. So please, Virginia.
Thank you. So will I be able to share my screen?
Yeah, please share.
Yeah, okay. Share. Yeah, I'm going to paste this.
Yeah, we see your screen. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much, Marina, for the opportunity. And I want this to be more of like a conversation among all of us. I don't see you because I see you on the other camera, on the other monitor. So if I look here, it means I'm looking at you. So I'm so happy and I feel so really grateful that I'm given this opportunity to speak with you tonight. And this is about how do you build a powerful personal brand through LinkedIn. So there are two important concepts here, personal branding and LinkedIn. So if you can type here, how many of you are familiar with what personal branding is? Where will I see those people who are typing? Check. Just say clap or a thumbs up if you are familiar with personal branding. Will I be? Oh, I see a hand thumbs up. Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. So personal branding. How about how many are really familiar with LinkedIn? I'm looking at the monitor again. Thumbs up if you're familiar about LinkedIn. Wow, wow. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. So thank you for that. Thank you for your participation. So two things, LinkedIn, personal branding. How do we use both of these to become powerful and to become influential and to attract the right opportunities that can help grow your career or business? This is what I'm going to share with you tonight. Okay, I think I will skip this because I think Marina already introduced me. But for those who are not familiar, my name is Virginia Bautista, and I'm really happy to be here. I'm a LinkedIn expert and personal branding strategies. And I started my journey, my personal branding journey in 2017. And because of personal branding, everything happened so fast to me. So I remember I had a 3-year goal. I wanted, because from freelancing, so you will see here, I was a former college professor. Then I left academia. And so I became a freelance writer and editor. And then after that, I became a LinkedIn consultant, LinkedIn marketing consultant. But what happened was that while I was a freelancer, you know what? I've been thinking about I want to build my own business, a firm, whatever it is. I wanted to build something for myself. And then I set a goal in 2017. I set it for 3 years. But at that time, I had no idea how will I do this in 3 years. I was clueless. And then, as I mentioned, because of LinkedIn, because of I have been active on LinkedIn. My major goal of building VB Consulting in 3 years, I was able to do that in 7 months. My minor goal, which I also thought I should be able to do in 3 years, I was able to accomplish in 3 months. And it's all because of LinkedIn and personal branding. And that is why I'm super passionate about sharing with you not only my experience, but also some tips so that when you leave tonight, you have with you some key points that you can immediately apply to really start getting opportunities using LinkedIn. First, the concept. What is personal branding? There are so many people trying to define personal branding, but the most general definition of personal branding is that this is a process by which we market ourselves and our career so that we get to attract opportunities or business opportunities, career opportunities, whatever opportunities that we want, which is correct. This is correct. But for me, you know what? I found out that there is a much deeper definition of what personal branding is. And to me, personal branding is a way to shape other people's perception of you. And that can only happen through three things. Number one, getting clarity on who you are. I know a lot of people, they will go to LinkedIn, they think like LinkedIn is their CV. So they jump in and they write their position, title, date started, company, and all that. But that's not how it works. So if you want to build a personal brand, number one, get clarity on who you are. Number two, decide what do you want to be known for. That sounds simple, but really very difficult for most people. And number three, define and communicate your value. Because if you are not able to define and communicate your value, you will attract the wrong opportunities to your life. And that won't be helpful. So again, personal branding is simply a way for you to shape other people's perception of you. And in the real world, perception is everything. Especially this pandemic, I think now, the world has changed so fast, and now you do business online, right? You study online, we work online, we do business online. And the truth is, even before you meet someone, whether a prospect, a client, the first thing that they will do is, what is the first thing that you do? For example, when you're meeting someone for the first time, what is the first thing that you do? Google search, right? You go to google.com and type Virginia Bautista. Who is this person? Is she going to talk about this topic? Perception is everything. Let me give you an example. If you are going to hire a WordPress developer, and then you have two people who reached out to you, and then you look at their LinkedIn profiles, and this is the first one who reached out to you. I covered the name, but this is a real profile of a real person on LinkedIn. So he is a freelance WordPress developer. I don't see his picture. I can't say that he did not upload this picture, because LinkedIn has a setting in which you can actually hide your photo from those who are not your connections. Probably he tried to hide it, or maybe he really doesn't have any photo. So this is the first applicant, the first one who reached out to you. And the second one is this: who will you hire, or who will you respond to? One or two. Maybe it's obvious, right? You will be checking out this guy. Yeah, are you answering here? I'm sorry, I'm on the two, definitely. Wow, thank you. Okay, so no question. Two. And when you apply for a job, when you're trying to get some business through LinkedIn, this is how you want to look. You want to make sure that you communicate your value, because it's very clear here. Customer success is key to a company's success, but this one doesn't say anything at all. So it's really hard to trust this person. I can't go back yet. Okay. Now, why on LinkedIn? That's the second question. I know that you're also familiar with LinkedIn, but I want to show you some statistics to really show you that if you are looking for a job, if you are trying to get clients, if you are trying to attract opportunities, you have to be on LinkedIn. First, look at the stats. Right now, there are already 774 million members in 200 countries and regions worldwide. So look at that. In 2017, this is just very few. LinkedIn grows so fast, and people started to realize that, hey, we can do business on LinkedIn. Not just find jobs, but we can do business on LinkedIn. This is the global membership. North America, 199 million. EMEA, 202 million. APAC, 212 million. 118 million, 40 million. Just looking at the numbers, you will know that you will never run out of opportunities to attract, not to chase. Okay. What I want to teach you tonight is how to attract opportunities, not chase them. LinkedIn is also the most trusted platform for 4 years in a row, according to Business Insider Intelligence Digital Trust Ranking. So I got the 2020 data here. So since 2017, people have been trusting LinkedIn as the most trusted platform, voted as the most trusted platform. And look at these numbers. Last year, at the height of the pandemic, content creation is up on LinkedIn by 60%. And I personally saw this. 2020, everybody was on a the people were in a lockdown, we're all at home, and people were actually online. There are more people engaging on LinkedIn. I saw that personally. And there are 57 million companies on LinkedIn. So if you're looking for a job, there's so many opportunities. You would know that. If you're looking for clients and you have company page on LinkedIn, you also have a lot of opportunities, especially if your employees are actually engaging on LinkedIn. According to LinkedIn, employees are 14% more likely to share content from employers. And if you're looking for clients, influencers on LinkedIn, senior level, these are the people who can make decisions. These are business decision makers, directors, VPs, owners, partners, of course, the C-level people, CEOs, COOs, name them. They're on LinkedIn. And when people are on LinkedIn, the mindset is different, or at least compared to Facebook. When they're on Facebook, when they're on TikTok, are you using TikTok as well? Or Instagram, the mindset is different when you're on LinkedIn. People on LinkedIn are thinking about business. They're thinking about jobs. They're thinking about how do I become more successful? How can I make my work easier? How can I make my work more productive? That's the mindset of people who are ready to do business and ready to hire and ready to find the jobs to move to the next opportunity. And also, this is the last one, 96% of B2B content marketers use LinkedIn for organic social marketing. If you're not familiar, organic social marketing means marketing without spending a dollar, as opposed to spending ads for LinkedIn ads. So LinkedIn, once you are able to make it work, it's very effective organically. And that's how I grow, only through organic social marketing on LinkedIn. Now, I'm saying that personal branding is no longer an option because if you're looking for your next opportunity, looking for a job, the best place to really go to is LinkedIn. And I identified here, I listed down here all the types of opportunities because I know people think that the only opportunity that they can find on LinkedIn is a job opportunity, but that's not true. LinkedIn, being a job portal is just one part of LinkedIn. You can do so much more. And so I wrote this down, and I think there are so many other opportunities aside from this. So, first, job opportunities, job interviews, job offers. The good thing is you don't have to chase. They are the ones who will come find you and offer you the job. Networking opportunities. In the past, people will pay membership fees to associations just to attend networking events. But on LinkedIn, you can do that for free. Learning opportunities as well. If you are connected with the right people, you can actually just scrolling your feeds, you will learn a lot from your connections. Media opportunities. So if you look at the opportunities I had, like 60 plus, maybe now 70 plus media opportunities, all of these are just through LinkedIn. So I've been working from home for more than 10 years, but I am attracting a lot of opportunities now that I work from home compared to when I was working in the office. When I used to go out, I'm just at home, but I'm attracting these opportunities all thanks to LinkedIn. So you can get that for free. While other people pay PR firms to get featured, to get published, to get mentioned on credible publications like Forbes, Inc., on LinkedIn, if you get to build relationship with authors, with journalists, you can get free PR. And that's really, really good opportunity for you if you're growing your business, if you're trying to find a new opportunity in your career. Of course, LinkedIn is also a gold mine, quote unquote, for business opportunities like partnerships, collaborations, affiliations, expanding your network. So, for example, if you're looking into expanding your business, LinkedIn is also a best place to do that. Also, steady stream of qualified prospects to fill your pipeline. This is very helpful if you're a consultant, if you're a coach, you're a freelancer, you're a solopreneur, you're an entrepreneur, because you will always have a steady stream of qualified prospects through LinkedIn. Referrals, definitely. If you have good relationships with your network, they won't hesitate to refer you to people they know. And of course, relationship opportunities, which for me is the most important type of opportunities that you will get through LinkedIn, because all of this job, networking, learning, media, business, all of these are actually because of having strong relationships with people in your network. So if you want to attract opportunities, then personal branding is for you. Now let's talk about your LinkedIn profile. How do we now? So now that we know, okay, I want to build my personal brand, I want to attract these types of opportunities, how do I get started? Do you go to your LinkedIn right away? My answer is no, not yet. Before you do that, I want you to answer 3 questions. So if you have a pen and paper, so I'm looking at you here. If you have a pen and paper, maybe you could get them. And I'd like you to answer this. Either you write it down or you just think about it. And then we share it later during the Q&A. This is very important. Before you start doing something on your LinkedIn profile, I'd like you to answer 3 questions. One, what do you want to be known for? How many of you have already thought about this? Just raise your hand. Have you thought about what you want to be known for? Are you clear about it, or are you still thinking about it, or have you thought about it? Yeah. So Irfan said yes. Very good. Can you type, Irfan, very quickly? Can you share with us what do you want to be known for? Let me check. Okay, I'll check later. We want to be known for, I want to answer that, Irfan. The answer, I'll answer that later. So Irfan's question, can we be known for multiple things? Is that your concern right now? Let me see. Is that your concern right now, Irfan? Okay, so we have recruitment, integration architect, very good. If you know exactly what you want to be known for. That's the first question. Now, once you know that, second question, who do you want to help? If your answer is everyone, you won't succeed at it. We can't target everyone. The same thing on question number 1, what do you want to be known for? Focus only on one. All of us, we know how to do a lot of things. We want to be an author, want to be a speaker, want to be a trainer, want to be an architect, want to be. But if you are confused with what you want to be known for, remember this, people will also get confused. So if you are clear, people will get it clearly. So who do you want to help? That's the next thing. Don't say everyone, okay? If you try, this is a common mistake. If you try to be everything to everyone, you will not attract anyone at all. So who do you want to help? You can narrow it down, say by location, by industry, or say in my case, I particularly help coaches, consultants, freelancers, and entrepreneurs. I have people who are executives, who are professionals to come to me, but this is not my focus. My focus is helping consultants, coaches, and freelancers and entrepreneurs. Then I know someone, I think Wanda is here. Wanda is a career coach. There's so many coaches, but she decides that, no, I want to be a career coach helping only moms. So that is very, very specific. And the more specific you are, the more powerful it is. People are thinking if I narrow down, I would lose more opportunities. But it's the opposite that's happening. The more you niche down, the more people you attract. Question number 3, what problems do you solve? Okay, write it on your paper. Give me a second. So what problems do you solve? So again, let me go back. What do you want to be known for? Who do you want to help? What problems do you solve? Remember your answers to these 3 questions. Once you have clarity in these three questions, that's the sign that you're ready to do something about your LinkedIn profile. Because without clarity on these three questions, I'm telling you, you will get confused and you will confuse your network, your people. Okay, now let's go to your LinkedIn profile. How do you apply that? First, on your LinkedIn profile, we call this the headline. You know, the text below the name is the headline. I want you to add your keywords. It's because LinkedIn is actually a huge search engine. So, and people actually search for experts on LinkedIn. So, once you have your answer on what do you want to be known for, get the keywords. The keywords, when I say keywords, it means the keywords that your target audience uses. Don't be too creative. Like I see people using guru or say maybe social media guru or social media ninja. But remember that it's a waste of space on LinkedIn on your headline because I'm sure people are not looking for ninja to help them with their social media or use the keywords that your target market uses and then place it on your headline. You will see it's not by accident that I repeated this. So my keywords, I only have two keywords, as you know, LinkedIn and personal branding. I repeated that LinkedIn personal branding. And that's because I want to make sure that when there are people who use these keywords in searching for people like me, I'll be on top of search results. And this helps you get found also on Google search because LinkedIn has high domain authority. So don't confuse people. Don't put a lot of keywords there. Choose only one, maximum of two. Everything else, remove them. You want focus. So what's the keyword? Add them to your headline. Number two, do you see this? We call this our LinkedIn banner. Use that to communicate your personality. Or look at what David Breyer did. Look at what he does. He placed a lot of social proof in this banner, and that will already increase his credibility. Look at that. Social proof. This is a quote, social proof, social proof, social proof. And that's a powerful way. That's why I really love this. I always use this as an example because that's really a powerful way of communicating your value. Social proof. It's not you telling good things about yourself. It's like allowing others to vouch for you. Damon John said is brilliant with branding. Grant Cardone says David is a branding genius. So David actually lets other people speak for him. And I find this very, very powerful. Tip number three. So when you go to LinkedIn, connect with your target audience. So you have to be clear on question number two. Who do you want to help? Then find them on LinkedIn. Connect with them. But I'm not saying that you just connect with them. You can also connect with people who also target them, but not necessarily your competitor, but you have the same audience. That way, when you engage with each other's posts, you get exposure to that person's network, and that person also gets exposure to your network. So connect with the target audience. Don't just accept, accept, accept. Remember when you have connection requests, most people will just accept in random or connect in random. And now you can only have 100 connection requests sent every week. In the past, LinkedIn will allow like up to 100 connection requests per day. But I think LinkedIn is trying to remove incidences of spamming. So now you can only send 100 connection requests per week. And that means you have to really be selective, connect only with people who can help achieve your goal. Number four, share content that matters to your active. My keyword here is active. So even if, for example, even if you have 23,000 connections, but only 4,500 are active, when you create content, you're not creating content for your connections. You're creating content for these people who are active. It's the same thing in this room, for example. I have to talk to you, those who are in the room. Those who are not here, even if they register but they didn't show up, I can talk to them. I have to speak directly to those who are here. And that's also what you need to do on LinkedIn. share content that matters to your active audience. Next, this is how the algorithm works on LinkedIn. And this is the reason why you should consider only the active ones. So when you post, so you see this content, when you create your post, when you post something on LinkedIn, what happens is that LinkedIn will qualify that. Is it a good one or not? Once cleared, if it's not spam, if it's not low quality, it's cleared, then LinkedIn will continue to display that. But remember that once you post, your post is shown only to selected number of your active connections. Active connections, depending on your interaction, on your previous interaction, depending on your similarities, there are a lot of factors that LinkedIn considers. So once it's clear, it's not spam, so it's not low quality, it continues to display that. And speed is important. So when you post, it's important that in the first hour, people should engage with your content. So don't post when you know that your network is actually not online. So post when they are online. So it's important to know the right timing of your post. And then once they engage, LinkedIn sees that there are likes, views, then they will continue to show your post, and then it will be visible to your second degree and third degree connections. At the beginning, only your first degree connections will see that. So imagine if, let me show you this. So imagine if you have 701 connections, but only 181 are active. Now, what happens when you post content? This is what's going to happen. So 181 is only 25% of your total connections. So these are the people, a random number of people from this set, 181, will be able to see your post. The next question, how many are actually online when you post your content? Maybe 100 only. So 100 only will see your post. And how many will find your post relevant? Maybe 50. So only 50. So imagine from 700 connections, only 50 will actually engage with your post. So it's important to consider how many are actually active. Number 5, join LinkedIn groups. The reason I'm encouraging people to join LinkedIn groups is that it helps in your visibility. The more, every time you join a group, for example, this one has 9,600 members, but I think I'm a member of a group with more than 1 million members. Imagine all of those 1 million members in one group will be included in my network. And on LinkedIn, your network is crucial to getting found. Let me give you an example. So for example, here in this room, if all of you are my connections, if all of you are in my network, but there is a searcher, for example, looking for a LinkedIn expert, but that searcher who typed in LinkedIn expert is not in this room right now. So that person is not in my network. It means that I won't appear in the search results. So it means the larger your network, the higher the chances that you will get found by people who are searching for your keywords. So join as many groups as possible and join groups that are relevant to what you do. Wait. Next is number 6, feature your best work. LinkedIn has this feature, I'll show you later after this, but LinkedIn has this feature where you can feature actually your best work. I would recommend 2 things here. One is place any information that you think could be helpful to your target audience. And number 2 should be your credentials, should help increase your credibility as well. 7, get relevant recommendations. You will know if it's relevant because it has your keywords. So when you ask for recommendations, I would suggest that you let them know if they can use these keywords in their recommendations. It also helps in internal SEO on LinkedIn. So they should use the keywords that you also use. Number 8, and this is important, add value to your network. Even if your goal is to attract opportunities, take note that the way to attract opportunities to us is by giving. When you add value to people, they don't hesitate to add value to you as well. Get their insights through posts. You can add value through your content on LinkedIn. That's the purpose of posting. The purpose of posting is not to talk about yourself. It's about to talk about others. get their insights through posts, share free materials, free information that you think can be helpful, and inspire them. I find this very effective. Inspire them because you never know, they may be, in challenges, and sometimes all it takes is one quote for them to realize that they're off track and they would be inspired to, get back on track. And I always say that personally, I build my personal brand by building other people's personal brands. So do something for the community, because you know what? People on LinkedIn, they come and go. Sometimes they will engage with your post. Tomorrow they will be gone. The next day you have different people joining you. But the best way to really grow on the platform is to build a community. And building a community simply means adding value to others. That's how I have top 100 Filipinos to follow on LinkedIn. And this is an advocacy of mine, a personal advocacy, because I really want to see people getting recognized for how good they are. And not everyone has that, has that drive to talk about themselves. And that's what I really love doing, helping others become known. And that's how I build also a community here, LinkedIn Philippines. You can also add value by simply, posting something that will make them think. Sometimes these are the things that I don't want to post. But when I post it, even if I was doubting, should I post this? But I simply go ahead and post, then I will realize that this is something that people want to hear from, because these people who read this post will actually message me, and yeah, and they will say, "Thank you for your post. It made me think, and I'm rethinking my career and all that." I think that's adding value. And lastly, tell your story. That's also the next point that I want to say. Number 9, personal branding won't be complete without telling your story. All of us here in the room, I know that all of you have stories, and I can't wait to hear them. And stories are the ones that connect with people. No matter how expert you are at what you do, no matter how good you are, no matter how excellent you are, people forget facts. People forget. Maybe of the 10 points that I will share with you today, you will forget 9 out of 10. And remember only one, which is tell your story. And I've seen that happen in my journey, in my client's journey. All of us are humans, and it's good to know that there are also humans like us on LinkedIn, because most people think that LinkedIn is too formal. LinkedIn is quite intimidating because people are like, they're successful, they have everything they wanted. But the truth is, people resonate more with people who show that they also are vulnerable. When you show vulnerability, when you show authenticity, that's the time that you really attract people. They gravitate towards you. And you will see here, I worked with Edward before, and one post got him 1.3 million views. And something that he didn't expect. But if you read his post, this is really something like just telling his story. He said he just did it in like a couple of minutes, and he got 1.3 views, and he got so much more opportunities just by this story. And this post, this is how I was rejected by LinkedIn. This is my backstory, because I think I fell in love with LinkedIn in 2015. And so I applied in LinkedIn Singapore. And I didn't tell my husband, I didn't tell anyone that I applied. But for the first time, I took writing my CV and my cover letter seriously. I love LinkedIn, and I think I could add value to them. So I sent my application, and then somewhere in sometime in March 3, 2015, I got a news. I was excited, but when I opened the email, they said, "Thank you for your interest. We decided not to move forward with your application." For the first time, I felt like I was heartbroken, and I never thought that a job or this application can actually break a heart. And I didn't go to LinkedIn for like like 3 days, 5 days because of that. And I was thinking, why is it I wrote it here? Am I not good enough? I think I know how to make it work, but am I not good enough for them? So I don't know if it's sour graping, but I was really devastated at that time. But I think, when you love what you do, even if people continue to reject you over and over and over, if you love it, if you love what you do, you will go back to it. Even if they say no, as long as you say yes to yourself, you can make it. So now, all I do as an independent LinkedIn trainer, speaker, and consultant, all I do is to help other people leverage LinkedIn. And so I'm super, super grateful to LinkedIn because that rejection to me became a redirection of something I never thought possible. So that's my that's my backstory. Number 10, engage, engage, engage. This is so important. I see a lot of people who will just post. After posting, that's it. Don't post and forget. You're posting, remember, you're posting because you want conversation. I'm sharing my story because I want conversation. I'm not posting it just to post it and forget. And the more you engage on LinkedIn, the more that the algorithm loves you, and then the more that your post also will be shown on top of the feeds. And I think, and you know what, engaging is very powerful in building relationship. I think Marina also, I also only met Marina, of course, on LinkedIn. And I remember it's because she was also engaging with my post. I saw her engaging in my post. I was engaging in her post. And because we always see each other, we were tempted to, message each other. And now I got this opportunity to speak with you tonight. So it's amazing how one comment can lead to amazing opportunities, giving you opportunities that you never imagined before. That's how powerful it is. Yeah, I think that's it. Do you have questions or anything? I want to hear from you. Actually, I want to make sure that there's Q&A tonight.
Hi,
Yes,
I
of
do have a
course.
question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So, I'm a marketing executive that's looking to grow my brand by, looking at an opportunity for me to join other medical device companies, and I use LinkedIn quite a bit to network, look for opportunities, and discuss. Beyond LinkedIn, are there other sites that you would recommend? Because I know some of these social media sites are also good, or Monster or job search sites. Any other sites that you would recommend to network on as well?
I won't recommend other sites, but what I recommend is, are you using the Sales Navigator?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I think you have to use the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This is a paid ad in which will allow, not paid ad, sorry. This is a tool. Let me show you. Can I share my screen? I want to show you because this is very powerful. So if you're doing business and trying to find people on LinkedIn, can you see my screen?
I can.
Yeah, okay. So Sales Navigator is the paid tool of LinkedIn that allows you to search through LinkedIn platform. Because when you use your profile here, and for example, you search here, the results that will appear, for example, you search for a keyword, the results will be based on your network. But when you use the Sales Navigator, the results will be from the entire LinkedIn population, 774 million. So your job now is to filter. So there are 23 filters that will help you find the people that you want to look for. For example, geography. You can decide which country, and you can also filter by industry. Do you target any particular industry?
Yes, I target more cardiovascular, endovascular, orthopedic industries.
Yeah, so you have to. I'm not sure if that's as specific as that, but you can test it. So if you start with A, you can scroll down and then you will see the industry. Plus, you can also filter by seniority. For example, you want to deal with owner only, partners, CXOs, VPs. They are the decision makers. And also the most important thing, you can just type in the title, like CEOs only, chief executive officers only, or whatever position that you want to deal with. And also you can filter by the size of the company. Let me remove that.
Right. Is this part of the
Company
premium? Is this part of the premium account?
This is a premium account. Premium account, but allows you really to have access to all members of LinkedIn. So you have to really filter it down. And then start connecting with them. Thank you. And start connecting with them, build relationships. Yep.
Hi, I'm Arnab. Can I speak to you? Can you hear me?
Sure. Yeah, I can hear you.
You just said about the number 10, engage, and engage. I mean, on a post. Can you just elaborate on it, please?
Sure.
Like
sure.
supposedly I put in a post and it doesn't, for any reason, it doesn't get a comment or it doesn't get views. So do I continue it, or can just elaborate on it, please?
Okay. When you say engage, it means comment on the post. So engage means we like, we share. So for example, if I go to my feeds, to engage means say here, like, engage, celebrate, support, any of this, comment, share, and send. Now, in your case, they want us to check your profile, but let me explain this to you. This might help. When we post, actually, when we post content, number one, the type of post has a bearing on it. So if you are posting something like third-party content or just sharing other people's content, that will have limited reach. But if you use other types of content, for example, images or videos or PDFs, here documents, these types of content have higher reach. And these days, posts actually have a lot of reach. So the type of content is crucial. Yeah, you
Okay.
have follow-up question. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, to a certain extent it does. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, can I speak?
Of course, thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Actually, I've already written my question into the chat as well, and I'm going to repeat
Oh,
it as well.
yes, please.
So, do you think the premium subscription will be helpful in the engagement and getting the insight of your post and all that detail? So, do you think
Ah.
this is helpful?
The premium accounts have no bearing on our engagement and reach. The premium accounts, there are different premium accounts, career subscription, business subscription, and the sales navigator, and they also have LinkedIn recruiter. But these have nothing to do with the posting. The best way for you to increase your reach is number one, check if your connections are active, because they might not be active, or check if they're active when you post. And number two, it depends on the type of post again. Is it a video? Is it an image? Is it all text? Is it a poll? And look at the timing also. So you have to experiment. So for example, for this week, try all images and post at the same time. If you post at the same time from Monday to Friday and you use only image and you see, you will observe the analytics and you will know that timing may not be a factor. But if you post at different times, you will not know whether timing is a factor. And then try another type of content, maybe videos, and see what happens. I'll show you, there's an analytic. Are you familiar with the analytics on content? For
Yes, I do.
example, yeah. So you will see it on your post. You will see the
Yes,
analytics
at the
here.
bottom. Yes.
Exactly, yeah. But I think, how many times have you been posting? Is it consistent every day, same time?
Yeah, I've been posting on a regular basis. In fact, daily I do post, and majority of my post is mainly inspirational. I'm a big fan of Simon Sinek, and I've been
Mm.
following him
Nice.
rigorously for the last 6 months, and that has changed the way I perceive the world, and I consider him as my idol.
So I have a follow-up question there, Irfan. Is that right, Irfan? Right?
Yes.
How do you share content? Do you just, because you said you're following Simon Sinek, are you just sharing his post or creating your own post?
Actually, I'm creating my own post
Ah.
and then referring something which relates to that. So just give you an example. So today I made a post about it actually talks about the empathy. And there is a very good talk of Simon Sinek. So I actually provided that
Can you
reference.
share it? Do you think
And
are you okay sharing it with us? Yes, please.
sure, if you
Can you
want,
share the link
I
on the
can
chat?
share it.
Where's the chat?
Okay. Okay, sure.
I'm not reading the comments. I'm sorry, I have to go back. But let's share the link and then let's have a look. So I can give you a quick evaluation or assessment of that.
Sure.
You're posting it.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
copying.
please.
Just give me a second.
So while you're doing that,
Yeah.
I want to answer some questions, but let's go to your post. Okay, thank you, Irfan, for sharing. So let's see.
Sure.
This I know. I'll show you why. Okay, this is what I was saying, Irfan. This post, if you want to get more reach, because what you did is simply share this, right? So it means you went to her post and then share it like this. For example, this is probably what you did. Click share and then add your text here. This is actually, when you do this, it's beneficial to the one whose post you shared, to Anna, because it helps increase her reach. But for you, it doesn't help at all. So what I recommend is really don't share someone else's post. Instead, share something natively from your post, and then just add the link here. But when you add the link, that's another thing. When you add the link, I'd recommend you post first. After you post, edit that. So you will see edit here, and then add the link. And that way, the algorithm, the system would no longer detect the link, because on LinkedIn still what's happening is that when there's a link, it also reduces your reach. So there are strategies on how we post to get more reach. Do you get what I mean?
Yes, actually I do.
Yeah, thank you. So let me check, for example. Yeah, I like it because you have some branding here, and you're using cover story, right? Nice. So I'll show you. And on your cover story, let me show you very quickly. So when you go to post, yeah, here it really doesn't help when we share someone else's post. So I'd recommend that you share your your content is original because you have text here. So do that without sharing her content. This one also has a link. This one also. So you will see that I rarely do this. So just very quickly, I rarely share others' posts. Usually I share it something natively. So that's an image. So it's natively uploaded instead of sharing other people's content. Does that help, Irfan?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe we need to answer.
Yes, in the chat there are some questions, please.
Yeah, where are the questions? Let's answer the questions. Which one will we read first?
There are so many. Yeah.
Where do we start? You
I
have
think from Steven. From Steven.
Mhm.
Uh,
Can you help me read the
yes,
questions,
hello,
Marina?
ma'am. I'm a Nigerian and would love to build you a connect to become the topmost project manager. If you can check my page, ma'am. Maybe.
Is there a link?
Yes, there is a link. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Steven, please share link because I don't see the link.
So her question, I think I found it. We'd love to build you a connect to become a topmost manager, project manager. If you can check my page, I've gotten for certificates already, but I just want to know how I can get better. Maybe Stephen has to share the link or the page, the
Yes.
profile, his profile.
Please, Stephen, if
So
you're here,
Irfan,
share.
I think, yeah.
And another
Let's see
question
here, or
from
maybe let's have other questions.
yes, Rabia says, what matters more, people commenting on your posts or the views?
Commenting, because the more people comment on your post, the more views you will have. It's not the other way around. It's like more views, more comment. No, more comments, more chances of getting viral.
So Steven shared his link.
Oh, where is it? Okay. Click on it. What's the question again from Stephen? So Stephen said he already, Stephen is a student, right? Okay, added certificates. Here, licenses and certifications, am I right?
Yes.
Am I, oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen, sorry. Let me share my screen. I thought I was sharing my screen. Here. So the question is, Stephen, here's my recommendation, Stephen. When are you're an intern, right? So find the keywords that you want to be found for. So you can add it here. Aside from student at the school, also you include whatever your position in the company, if this is the keyword that you want to be found for. I think you also have another question. I want to answer that. What is the question before, Stephen? He added licenses and certifications. I think the next thing you need to do, Stephen, is grow your network. Because you know what? If we only have few connections, very, very few will see your post. So for example, 45 connections. So when you post, how many of them are active when you post? How many of them will find it relevant to them? So that will become much smaller and smaller and smaller. Remember, so that is why the more connections you have, the better. The larger the network, the more people will discover you. And while you're building your connection base, I would recommend that you start commenting on other people's comments. So you're liking, yeah, but what will count more will be commenting. Because when you comment and you add value to the conversation, that is a way also for us to build our personal brand. So whatever interests you, for example, Stephen, what is one topic that really interests you? And maybe this is the topic that you want to build your personal brand on. What is that topic? Does he answer here? So for example, I want to be known for, say, in digital marketing, whatever topic you have in your mind, go to the search box, type hashtag digital marketing, and then let me just get a sample post. And then go to the hashtag digital marketing. If this is the space that you want to be known for, you have to engage with posts with hashtags and digital marketing, because this is how you want to be known for. So what I do, for example, I want to engage in posts about LinkedIn or about personal branding or about my target audience, consultants, coaches, freelancers. I go to those hashtags and I engage with people. And so suddenly you become visible to the right people. If you're targeting entrepreneurs, engage with people using the hashtag entrepreneurship. So that's another way to strategically do it. Use hashtags strategically to find conversations that you could engage with.
Yes, thank you very much, Virginia. There is
Mhm.
another question from we. Question is, I am currently in search of jobs, so please, how do I start networking and connecting with a recruiter? Often time I send connection requests, but do not know how to build a relationship with them.
Build a relationship with them.
With
So if
recruiters.
you already send a connection request with
Yes.
recruiters and then they accepted you, the best way to build connection requests at the beginning, don't ask for the job. Have a conversation first. Maybe if they're actively posting, engage with their posts. So comment on their posts. Do that often so you become visible to that recruiter. And then once you have done that, they will notice, the recruiter will notice, and then you can start reaching out. But when you reach out, don't just ask for the job. Start a conversation so that people will not think that we're engaging with them or speaking to them because we need a job. It's because we want to build a relationship with them. So you can, send them direct messages once you're already connected.
Okay, thank you.
But although it's okay to let them know that you're open to opportunity. I'm open to opportunity, but make sure that you also mention in your message that I look forward to engaging in your post. I'd be happy to, have a conversation with you. In my case, when I have new connections, I usually have a 5-minute or 10-minute conversations with them through Zoom. Like sometimes they will invite me, sometimes I will invite them. Are you interested in having a 10-minute chat with me? So no agenda, just conversation. And it works really, really well because you start building relationship. Building relationship starts when you don't need anything from people. You don't need anything. You just want to get to know the people. And you will be surprised because they will remember you. And when you need something, they will be willing to help you. And I think that works wonders for me.
Yeah,
Do
of
you have other
course.
questions?
Another question from Irfan. I would appreciate if you can also answer my earlier question, whether we can be known for multiple things.
No, definitely you will confuse people. That's one of the most common mistakes of people on LinkedIn. They want to be an author, trainer, speaker, they want to be everything. And so then they wonder, I'm good at what I do, but why is it that people are not reaching out to me? It's because people are confused. And a confused mind doesn't make decisions. The same way with you. For example, for us, if we go to a restaurant and there's so many menu, so many dishes, and you have to decide which one, it's very hard. And so what you will do, you will just ask your friend, which one do you want? Okay, I'll take that. Because we want to make easy decisions. And people are like that. When they have so many things, they can process that. And that's what I do also on my profile, Irfan. At the beginning, I was thinking about, I wanted to be a social media manager. But I thought, okay, social media, so that means there's a lot of social media platforms. And I thought, no, I love LinkedIn, so I narrowed down through LinkedIn. But there are so many things that can be done on LinkedIn: content marketing, lead generation, thought leadership, personal branding. I don't want to confuse people. I just want to focus on one. So from social media, I narrow down to LinkedIn, and then I narrow down to personal branding. And then I continue to narrow down. I don't want to serve everyone. I just want to work with coaches, consultants, freelancers, and entrepreneurs. That's it. Because I was a freelancer, I'm a consultant, I have experience coaching, so I understand. And I'm an entrepreneur, so I understand their journey. So put together all of your experiences, your passions, your values and skills, put them together, package that, and that becomes your brand positioning. And that's only one, not more than one. So you don't confuse people. I don't know, but does that help?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's really very helpful. Do we have another question?
I like answering your questions. Thank you. Any other
Yes.
questions?
If we have another question, please.
Yes, I wrote it down in the chat, but
The chat.
yeah, but my question is, do you have or can you advise how you can stand out of the crowd, hearing everything you said very clearly? So I really have to work on my profile. That's first. But how can you stand out in the crowd if you want to help people to start their own business or to grow their own business to the next level as a coach on LinkedIn? Because there are so many coaches and consultants. It's
True.
a grass that's greener than Silicon Valley. So can you advise in this?
The best way to stand out is through your story. Everybody, there's so many coaches, so many consultants. We can be doing the same thing. I know hundreds of other people doing personal branding, they're doing LinkedIn, but there's one thing that will separate me from everyone else, and that's my story. So you have to leverage your story, mix that with your passion, your values, your skills, put them together, as I mentioned, and package them. The only thing that will differentiate you and me, all of us, from everyone else is our story. And the thing is, not everyone is willing to share their story. They think that when they go to LinkedIn, they will just, okay, I'll give you some tips. I'm an expert. I can show you how to do this. But people forget facts, as I said. They remember stories. Tell your story because your stories are the ones that will attract the right people. Your stories when you really craft your story in a way that it resonates with your target audience, if they are business owners or entrepreneurs, you will attract them. You don't have to, stand out from everyone. You just need to stand out and be noticed by your target audience. That's all that matters. If you're just targeting moms, how do you now stand out so that moms will notice you? If you're focused on entrepreneurs, and these entrepreneurs are from a particular industry, how do you package your story in a way that it will resonate with them?
To be honest, I want to focus in that kind of services on coaches and consultants who are starting out globally. Because globally online starting, there is so much noise about it. Everyone can do this and can do that. There are a lot of courses. What I want to do and make the difference in that is to guide them personally. So I can't guide in one day 1,000 people, but what I guide has quality. So that's the way I want to stand out. And I really don't know how to do that. So I'm going to think about what you said about the story. Would you advise a sales LinkedIn membership? I have now a premium membership, but what do you think? Should I upgrade?
Before you upgrade, please make sure that you optimize your profile first. When I say optimize, again, add the keywords and make sure that when your target market visits your profile, they know that this is the person who can help me. This is what I need. This is the expert that I'm looking for. This is the person who can help me with my pain points. Make sure that everything is clear on your profile, because your profile can actually be a funnel. If you're familiar with marketing, it's a funnel. When they like your profile, they know that you can help them. You articulate your value. You show some testimonials, some videos, some content, and then you have your contact details there. If you need help in growing your business, contact me. And then there's a link to your calendar. So you're driving them to your calendar. You want them to get in touch with you. So prepare your profile first before you upgrade, because the moment you upgrade, the time is ticking. You're paying for 1 month, for example, and you want to be prepared. Like Sales Navigator, once you're ready, get a Sales Navigator, use the filters, find your target market, save them in a list, and when you're ready, connect with them, build relationship. You also stand out by building authentic relationship, because most people on LinkedIn, they go to LinkedIn to sell. So you stand out if you go there to really build relationship at the time that you don't need anything from them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Virginia, a small quick question rather. A guy who has just started his career and he wants to stand out. So what would be your tips for him or her?
Career, what does he do?
Say he's an actuarian. I mean, he's an insurance guy. I mean, he underwrites policies. Now, he has just started his career. He wants to, have in his professional career. And so if he wants to stand out, so how does he write his own story?
It's the same. It's basically trying to answer the questions that I raised when I started. So 3 questions. There should be clarity, and then communicate really his value, because I need to know what are his skills, what are his passions, what are these things that are interesting, and that will resonate with his audience. The way to stand out really is to have clarity on the 3 questions and then articulating them on LinkedIn. Share your expertise and share your stories. That's going to be a powerful combination. Plus, of course, connect with the right people.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. But if you can show me the profile, even after this, I'd be happy to also answer that when I see the profile.
I'll share with you on a personal note.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I see we do not have any more questions. If you want to ask anything, please be proactive, because because I think that our webinar is going to be ended soon. So please show up if you want.
I want to say thank you, and I will remember your name for sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cornelia. Appreciate that. Let's take
Thank
a
you,
photo.
Virginia. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank you for your
Virginia,
time.
thank you very much again. It was so helpful, so interesting, and you are a master of building relationships and community, and we all want to learn from you, and I'm sure that we will do better. Step by step, we will improve our LinkedIn presence. So thank you again, and okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Message me anytime if you have more questions. Connect with me on
If
LinkedIn.
you can share
Message me
your personal email ID so that we can share the link as you tell me. I can just send the link of the LinkedIn of that particular person.
Yeah, sure,
If you
sure, sure. I
you
think
can
Marina
just
can give
put
my
it in the
email.
chat box. Oh yeah, you can put it in the
Sure,
chat
on
box.
the chat box.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Wait, how do I do that, everyone? Okay, please, you may reach me at. So whatever follow-up question you have, I'll be happy to answer them. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, I have a message there. Thank you.
Okay, goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Marina.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you everybody for your interest in my webinars. Please subscribe my channel to get new videos on personal branding.